changed from white to red.
Oh, we're live.
Hello, everyone. We're talking about how we're colour coordinated.
Yeah.
Without meaning to be.
Accidentally. Anyway, good evening. Happy Sunday, everybody. We are very pleased that Donna's come on to chat with us. Hello, Donna. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Yourselves?
Yeah, we're very good. Thank you so much for joining us. We were thinking before we went live, actually, we met up with you, I don't know how many years ago at Hitchin. Was that 4 or 5 now?
It's got to be, yeah, it's got to be about that now.
Yeah. That was quite a messy night, that one, wasn't it?
That was very. I remember giving out crayons to everybody at the end of the night, and everyone woke up the next morning with random crayons in their pockets.
Nick said, "Have you got any questions for Donna?" I said, "Well, do we get any free crayons with this chat?"
I have no idea why.
We still remember that. It was brilliant.
Oh God, I think I was just too nervous. So the best thing for me to do was just drink wine. No, I was no longer nervous then. So
it's an easy thing to do at a meetup if you're not socially confident, as we aren't. People assume we are, but we're not. So yeah, we have a few, to say the least.
Wine helps. Wine helps.
It does. We should get that on a t-shirt. Wine helps.
Wine helps.
So yes, we thought it would be great to get you on and chat about what it is you do, because it says underneath you there, Savvy Mum UK. So we're going to dip into what that means, what that's all about, how long you've been Savvy Mum.
Yeah.
And if the chat has any questions as we go, we'll try and keep an eye on that, but it is difficult. So if we miss a question, just keep popping it back in. Whilst everyone's joining us, we're almost up to 100. We'll say a few hellos and then we can crack on. So we have Elaine and Maggie, hot one here in North Wales. Yes.
Yeah. Finally, warm everywhere.
Finally, sun.
Yes.
So we made a point of taking Jeff out and then found a pub earlier. So, who else? We've got C. Blaney's with us and Joe. Catch up later, no problem.
Oh, it's football again.
Oh, Hungary and Scotland, is it right? So hello everyone, crazy about magazines. Jennifer, Fluffy Muffin, it's Hayley Beanie, there's Michelle. Right, I'm going to whiz down to the end now. Hello everybody.
Yeah, Tamara, Stephen, Babs, Doug and Tony. And I don't know how to pronounce that. No, how do you pronounce that?
I don't know.
Joe Huck. We'll go with that. Yeah, and hello to everybody else that's joining us.
So I guess the best thing, Donna, would be if you kind of introduce yourself and explain what the Savvy Mum thing is all about.
Yeah, so I started a Facebook group I've got the date here. It was the 23rd of April 2014. So this is the 10th year.
Wow.
And it was called Families on a Budget. And it was all because I've always been a thrifter, so I will always try and find something cheaper. If it's £10 with free delivery, I'll buy it. If it's £10 with £2 delivery, I'm not having it. So it's like, if I can save money here, there and everywhere, then I will. And I felt like I had a lot to teach, but sort of like share with other people. Mm-hmm. And I thought that there's so much that I can give to other people. So I created the Facebook group, and it turns out that I still had so much more to learn. We grew, I think we're at 42,000 members now, and I've learned so much more from them than what they've learned from me. So we just learn from each other. And then I wanted to build a blog, and it took me so long to find a name, and I come up with Savvy Mum. That was in September 2015. So that's 10 years next year. So I've now got a blog that people can go to that just to get this information. Some people not on Facebook, some people don't like Facebook groups. Yep. But yeah, it just started from being a penny pincher myself, a thrifter, deal finder, and it's kind of grown from there, really.
It's interesting to hear you say that you've learned as much from others as you've shared, because that's a common experience. We obviously do mostly YouTube, and we've got way more back than we've ever given.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's just so many things that I never knew. I thought I knew it all. I thought if there's anything to know about saving money, I will know it, but I was so wrong. Wrong.
So what sort of things? Give us an idea what we could learn if we ventured over to your website or Facebook.
So I've got a list. I've actually got a list.
We're prepared. I like it.
Because I just can't remember it all. So the things that I cover are things like side hustles. So basically, whether you're working full-time or part-time, or even if you're unemployed, there's always ways to earn a bit of extra money. Things like, I mean, obviously got reselling, cashback sites, even things like batch cooking to save money. So cooking in bulk and freezing meals. So making, if you've got a load of mince or something like that, making 3 different meals out of that one load of mince, putting it in the freezer. Because I'm one for going out every day and spending £20 a day in a certain shop. Whereas if I don't do a monthly shop, I'm £20 a day in the shop down the road, and it's just costing me so much money. Couponing, budgeting, discount codes. I do money saving challenges. My partner does a bit of scrap metaling. So
Now you're talking.
Yeah, he has that side of the garden over there to do all his scrap metal, but that's money for nothing. Literally, you find it on the streets, and that's just, before I met him, I knew nothing about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's so many different things.
The scrapping thing is one part of what we talked about that I actually do, and that amazes me. Actually, before we moved up here, we scrapped in everything I'd been squirreling away.
Yeah.
Literally, just if you see someone's dumping a freezer on the side of the road, just go and clip the cord.
Yeah.
That's 10p's worth of copper.
Yeah, just your household cables, even anything. The things that we used to just throw away.
Yep.
It's crazy. I mean, our garden's like Steptoe's yard at the minute, but
yes,
it's all money.
Slope. Like reselling, it's a slippery slope because you end up giving over your space to stuff.
Yeah, you're hoarding everyone's junk, as they say, but I wouldn't have it any other way. You know, we enjoy what we do, and it keeps us occupied, and it keeps us going. So yeah.
And you mentioned couponing there. I remember that was kind of all the rage like 5-6 years ago. Everybody was talking about it. It seems to have died down, but is that still a thing? Is that still a big thing?
You can still find them somewhere. But I mean, America's got it big. They do it like big time. They can get a full shop down to pennies. We don't do it so much anymore because it was abused quite a lot. Like people were photocopying coupons and like setting up multiple email addresses to get certain coupons. But yeah, it's kind of died down a lot. But they are out there. There's certain website like latest deals. They have a coupon section. And in my Facebook group, if I see any coupons, I'll post them on there. But yeah, it has died down quite a lot now. It's more discount codes now than anything.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
There used to be, I don't know if there still are, different apps that, you know, you could sort of and scan and stuff.
Yeah, excuse the dog.
I just remember years ago, I think it was Fake Rachel used to talk about them.
Yes, got what have I got in here? I've got that many apps. There's Shop Me On. There's an app called Shop Me On.
Yeah, that's
which is that one. You'll go through. It's usually you're best off doing it before you go shopping. Have a look through. It'll be like a 50p off coupon, or try this for free. You pay full price at the till, but then you scan your receipt and you claim it back. So there's apps like that. There's also an app that I use and I absolutely love, and it's called Shopix. Let me get this one up.
These are completely new to me.
Yeah, I've heard of the first one, not this one though.
So this is called Shopix, and I'll put a link on my Facebook group. And anytime you go shopping, no matter where you go, save your receipt and you scan your receipt, and your receipt turns into points. And for every, I think it's 5,000 points, you get a £5 Amazon voucher. And if you're shopping anyway, you're not spending anything extra. It's just, you just scan your receipt. So, I mean, we'd done a £100 grocery shop the other day and I got like 100 points for it. I was doing that shop anyway, so I'm going to turn it into points.
Right, we might look at that one. And the other one that I used to do a lot, and I've got out of the habit, which is silly, and that's the online cashback ones. There's a couple of major ones. What's the one we use? I can't remember. Oh, you'll probably know what they're called. Quidco.
Top Cashback and Quidco.
Oh, yes, I've used both of those. But when I first started out, it was Quidco. And back then, when we had our high street store, we were ordering a lot of stuff tons and tons of stuff online, and we were getting huge amounts back from Quidco. But I got out of the habits now, which is silly.
Yeah, I use Top Cashback quite a lot. I did get it up. I'll probably share my screen actually. Where are we? Top Cashback.
Hayley Beanie is saying that you can.
Hang on, can we share this?
You can get cash potentially.
Oops.
Oh, there's Top Cashback. Yeah.
Bear with. Oh, the joys of being live, eh? It was all set up really nice. Yeah, so this is my Top Cashback. My earnings over time are, where are we? So yeah, see with every there, I earn on my postage.
Oh, right. Nice.
Yeah, we've just booked a holiday, my groceries, parcel to go. So anything I will use Top Cashback. And then if you see at the bottom, it says claimed 1,085 here.
Right.
That's how much I've had over time.
And that's cash direct into your bank account. That's not vouchers or anything, is it?
Yeah, that's all cash. So there's my total over time. 1,121 cashback since I've been a member. And that's just through purchases that I was making anyway. So it's definitely worth doing.
Yeah.
Do you want to highlight something?
Oh yeah, I was just going to say Matthew Mills was talking about hot UK deals.
Yeah, I used to do a lot of that as well. A lot of this is about habits. It's about creating healthy financial habits, I think, and and learning about them. And that's why a resource like your website would be great, because it's a lot of information to take in. It's a little bite-sized blog.
Yeah, it is. And there's a thing I do as well sometimes, and it's quite lethal because you have it on in the background. I use a website called Profillic, and it's a survey website, and it's the best one out there. Some of them are a waste of time. They're a waste of your money, waste of your time. But this one's really good. You have to join up and wait to be approved. And it's basically, you keep it on in your background. If your laptop's on all day, it's great because it'll ping up saying new survey available. You'll click on it and it'll pay you 50p for a 2-minute survey. But some of them will pay you silly money, like £3 for 2 minutes. And obviously it gives you the hourly rate of that as well. And it's something crazy. And just last week I earned £12 just by pottering around, being on my laptop anyway, doing a 2-minute survey, clicking it, it's gone, and I've earned like £1 here and £1 there. So if you're on your laptop anyway and a survey pops up, it's worth doing it for 2 minutes. I mean, there's more on there for like a 20-minute survey and you'll get paid like £10 for doing it. If you've got then 20 minutes to spare, it's worth doing. But that's a good website as well.
Yeah, what's that called? Sorry.
It's called Profillic.
Profillic. We could have a go at that. So what sort of surveys are we talking about then? Is it about products and services?
It's literally anything. It's mainly university students or universities that are putting out case studies and stuff like that. But it can be anything. It can be like brands. It can be anything. Like if you can do it as a consumer, all sorts. But you basically give them information first, and then you fill in about you. And then you fill that in to as much as you want to, give them as much detail as you want to. And then they cater the surveys to, like, if you've got 2 children, 3 children, something like that, they're looking for a parent with 2 or 3 children, then you'll get that survey come through. But it really is, it's so good. Really good.
So everybody's talking about cost of living and everything now being worse than it's ever been. What advice, if there's a couple of things you could say to people that they could easily do to save money, what do you think are the best things these days that we can do?
For me, I've started writing down everything that I spend, and it is crazy the amount of things that it's so easy to go out and tap your card and spend £5 here and £10 there and £20 here. And then when you sit down at night and you've looked at that, you spent £60 in a day that you didn't need and you didn't have. So I've brought a budgeting book basically to write down everything that I spend. And there's direct debits that are coming out that I don't even use anymore for services I don't even use. So subscriptions and stuff like that. So definitely go through your bank accounts and look, see if you've got you're paying for anything that you no longer use.
100%. Yeah, that's so easy to do, isn't it? Wrap up loads of just
easy.
things that go out once a month. It's only a couple of quid, but they add up.
Yeah. And do you really need them? Even if you pause them for a few months and just save that money. The dog's just chasing the pigeon. Bear with. I don't know if you can hear it. It's literally the fence like this. I'd say writing down and then budgeting. And I also use an envelope system. So I put bill money into a separate account. That's all taken care of then, so I don't have to worry about that. And then what's left I split in between 4 weekly envelopes. So I give myself an allowance for 4 weeks, and then take out, like, let's say I've got £100 for that week, so I have to stick to that £100 budget. But the envelopes do really help quite a lot, and dealing with cash rather than your card, because I know some places you can't anymore, which is crazy. But if you're handling cash, it's more up here mentally. You're literally seeing your money go out of your hands. But with your card, it's so easy to just tap.
I think somebody actually commented on that.
I do think that half the battle is being conscious when you're spending money and asking yourself a couple of simple questions. Do I need this? Do I want this?
Definitely.
Because like you say, that retail makes it so easy, and online is so easy. You have a glass of wine, sat there on the sofa with a laptop. It's dangerous, right?
Yeah.
So being conscious about spending is half the battle.
Definitely.
Well, it's been really interesting, actually. Have you been watching Carla's No Spend June videos?
Yeah.
It's been really interesting watching that, because I think in the last one she's talking about, it's really highlighted how easy it is for her to go online and, to spend money. And a lot of the time, talk herself into it because it's for a video, but then she buys extra that she probably wouldn't have bought. And it's just so easy for us to do that sort of thing. So
she's just trying to spend as little as physically possible.
Yeah.
In 1 month.
Well, I think I've got a budget of like £3 a week, is it?
Good Lord!
No,
wow.
Is it £3 a day? I don't know.
Yeah. I think the budget's getting lower and lower, isn't it, as she's getting further through the month.
Well, with the price of things now, our pint of cider was like a £5 each in the pub.
Oh, nice.
It's madness.
It is crazy. And even just grocery shop now, it's just like you've half filled your trolley and you're already up to like £100, £120. It's madness.
Yep. Let's read some of the chat as we go. Fluffy Muffin. I used to be reluctant to break into.
That one.
Did you? Sorry, I wasn't paying any attention. I've just highlighted it again. Cheryl's in. Hi, Cheryl. After other month, I spent nearly 500 on Costco's food.
Costa's.
I thought I said Costco.
That's my issue, probably.
Out with me and Taylor, just rubbish, basically. I do it every month. I can't stop myself. It's so easy, isn't it? Coffee shops like that. You and Ellen love coffee shops. I hate them. I think they're a rip-off.
Very rarely go to one, though. It's not like we go to one every day.
But you can have a cup of coffee and a cake for 3 people and spend like 20, 30 quid.
Nick will sit there like the grumpiest grump in Grumpland.
It's just hot water with coffee in it. Costs you 10 at home. Yeah. It really
it's this experience of going,
It's not a fun experience for me. That's the point.
That's why we try not to take you.
Tamara mentions money saving expert. Do you follow?
Yeah, he is so good.
Martin Lewis?
Martin Lewis, yeah. He is good at what he does.
Absolutely. I filled out a few product surveys and I was flooded with ads. If they're sharing your email, that's not good.
This is one thing I will say as well. I've got it on my notes. Always create a separate email address for anything like this. So if you keep the one that you have for, your primary email address, it's worth creating a separate email address because you will get some junk and it's not great to mix it in with your primary email. So,
all right, that's a good tip. What's Joe saying about budgeting? I have 2 banks. I pay everything as per my budget plan, then move my spends into my Monzo, and that's what I have to spend for the month.
Oh, that's what Ellen's got.
If it ain't there, I can't spend. See, that is so clever. If the money physically isn't in your spend account, you can't spend it. Yeah. That's
what Ellen's been doing, putting money away into a Monzo account.
Yeah.
I like Monzo. I do really like Monzo. It's really good.
And there are so many people though that struggle with that. I'm not saying it's easy, who live month to month, paycheck to paycheck, and all the money's gone by week 3 of the month, and then you're skimped for the end of it. I've known people like that. I've had friends who just I can't go out this week or next week, so I'm waiting till the end of the month to get paid, and it's like, blimey. Yeah.
And then when you get paid, you're so used to not having the money that you splurge a little bit because you're excited that you've got a bit of money again, and then it's your circle.
Hi, Richard. I use Complete Savings, 10% cashback. Use daily for postage parcel to go every 10% is good.
Not heard of that one.
No.
That is good.
Carla's No Spend is a very good watch. Yeah, Carla's very good at her videos. 10% cashback on eBay as well. Good Lord. That's high. What did he say it was? Complete Savings.
I'll have a look at that. I'll write that one down.
Yeah, have a look into that one. There's a blog post coming up.
Learn.
Exactly that. Hi, George. We had George on last week. Evening, everyone. Enjoy learning some new tips. Absolutely. Oh, here we go. Blimey. It's theoretically possible to triple dip cashback, voucher code, and rewards cashback from your own card like Monzo, Amex. If you happen to get nicked points on top, count it as a quadruple dip. I mean, that's bonkers, isn't it?
Yeah.
I remember ages ago, I can't remember what it was, but there was some deal on in Asda. And if you bought multiples, you ended up in credit because of the offer that was on, coupled with some voucher they were giving away. So you could go and get a lot of free stuff and they owed you money.
There was a pizza one once, and I think it was Ristorante pizza. And inside every box, there was this might be the similar one. There was like £1 off or £2 off voucher, but the pizzas were coming out at £1. They were selling the pizza for £1, and there was a £2 off voucher. So you were coming out in credit. And do you know what? Someone I know literally bought a freezer full of Ristorante pizzas because it was an endless free supply.
Yeah.
This is why coupons have stopped, because they don't think about them properly, to be fair.
No, that and because a lot of us are sharing everything instantly on the internet, it goes viral, and all of a sudden everywhere's sold out. Before they've seen the mistake or the error of their ways, they've lost a fortune. Yeah. Absolutely. Oh, look, someone agrees with me. £3 or £4 for coffee is a rip-off. Our daughter now works in a fancy coffee shop, doesn't she?
So she would disagree with you then.
She would. Let's just see if we've got any more questions.
Apparently Lainey can't comment on her phone.
Oh, is Lainey in and can't comment? Oh, that's a shame. See, Blaine has got an interesting one. The joys of being neurodiverse. I can, what's the word? Why did my brain just go blank? Because I'm neurodiverse. I don't eat out, lol, and have a spreadsheet for my finances. Doesn't mean I'm in control, though.
Yeah.
At least you're trying. At least you've got the spreadsheet. That's more than I have for my finances.
I love a spreadsheet.
You get on with our friend Susan. She loves a spreadsheet. Let's quickly read some more bits in here. Morrison's More card is great. Oh, we lost our Morrison's More card or your account.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what happened. I got locked out of the app and then,
so I need to apply for another one. They have offers on quite often to earn ridiculous points. I made over £60 in fivers in 2023, which is great at Christmas. Absolutely.
I do like the old Tesco and the Asda. The Asda one's quite good. They have a thing called a cash pot and you get money back. We used to do something called Wombling. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
No.
It's not that good anymore, but basically on a Sunday afternoon, like now when the shops are shut, we used to go and drive around car parks and pick up all the receipts that everyone had dropped, especially at Asda, because they used to do the price back guarantee. And basically you'd put the receipt number in the Asda website, and if they weren't 10% cheaper than Aldi, I think, you would get 10% back in the form of a voucher. So all these receipts, and there was no limit at all. So all these receipts I'd pick up, I'd come back with a stack like this, and I'd sit there and I'd type all the codes in, and you'd end up with a £20 Asda voucher from the end, just because they weren't 10% cheaper than Aldi. So they'd give you 10% back in a voucher, and then they'd give you a £20 voucher back for it. It was great. I loved it, but they don't do that anymore. They do the cash pot. So
wow. That's like going around the car park picking up money, essentially.
Yeah, and there's things that we found, like there's fivers, because especially in Asda, like it was all windswept to one corner, so it was quite easy to get it all. So I'd literally just grab it all, and we found fivers, tenors in this little windswept corner with all the receipts. It was great, but I mean, you could still do it now with the fact that you've got the Shopix and you could scan the receipts, but you can only do 7 a week, so it's not worth going out. But I used to love Wombling.
Yeah,
it was great.
Oh, that sounds awesome. It reminded me, we used to follow Steve and Steph in America, a couple who did all sorts of stuff, including dumpster diving. And they used to pull out loads of used store cards, like gift cards.
I've watched them, yeah.
Yeah, and she typed it all in, and most would all obviously be empty. But every now and again, there'd be one that had some credit on, but they'd just chucked it.
Yeah.
Quite a lot of money out of that.
I'll always pick up a card. If I see an Asda gift card, I'll always still pick it up, because you just never know. You just never know if someone's dropped a £20 card, or if not. There's money out there to be found.
Yeah. Did you have anything else you wanted to particularly talk about from your list?
Matthew's got a question there, though. Should we ask that?
Go on then, do that first.
Have you ever tried bank switching to get the switching bonuses?
Oh, good question.
Yeah, well, I've got that on my list about the banks. I'm too scared to do that. And I think it stopped for a little while. I think there was no offers on, but I think, is it First Choice Bank? Is that the bank? I think it's First Choice. Does that sound like a bank? They do a few offers, but basically, yeah, you'll get paid to switch over to the bank. It's quite time consuming because you'll have to be like a customer for so long, but I think it's like £100 per switch. But if you've got a spare bank account that you can switch over to the other bank account and then just keep switching, it's free money for nothing. But I've never done it. I'm too scared to mess with my banks.
I suppose the pain about switching banks is you then have to switch everything that's connected to it.
Yeah.
Payments, and unless that's done automatically now, I don't know.
I think it is done, because when you switch, they take over the direct debits and stuff. But it's just, I like Monzo and I like the bank that I've got, and it's all, I don't like to change things like that. But if you have got a spare bank, it's worth doing. There's also, have you ever heard of match betting as well?
Oh, yes. There was a phase on YouTube where everyone was talking about that. I never got involved. Yeah,
that's a lot. Some people call it gambling, some people don't. It's not. I don't think it's gambling, because you're only using promotions. You're not actually putting any money into it. It's all promotions and sign-up offers, and basically you'll gamble against, or you'll bet against both odds, so a win or a lose. I couldn't never get my head around it. I've tried so many times to get my head. I get the theory of it, but I don't understand.
Yeah, I think I understood the basics. Like I think you explained it then. So you bet on both outcomes. So
yeah,
what the outcome of a football match, for example, is, you win. And because they were free bets, you haven't had an outlay.
Yeah.
So you're gonna win regardless. I
mean, there's people, you can realistically, there's people that I know that have earned £400 or £500 a month doing it, and they do it as an actual income. But I've never got my head around it. I've tried free tutorials, I've tried layman's terms. I just cannot get my head around it at all. I know what you need to do, but I'm already a member of some gambling group, so I've not got no sign-up offers, and I don't always have the promotions, so it doesn't work that well for me.
Louise mentions the Wombling there was great in the old days.
Loved it.
That's Flipping Retro. Apparently got banned from Shopix for scanning too many receipts. Oh, here we go. They said they couldn't all be mine and close my account.
Wow.
Blimey. Just scrolling down, see if I can get to the bottom.
What was it recently with was it Pretty Little Thing? They were banning people for
returning too many clothes.
Yeah. Oh, Lainey has a question.
Oh.
Can we please ask Donna how much she would love to do the American coupons in the UK, getting your whole shop for free, and would you get things that you wouldn't use?
Yes, I would love that. I would love that. If we just had a coupon bot come through the door like they do, I'd even sit there and cut them all out nicely. Yeah, it's just the fact that, I mean, when we used to do it, we used to get things, if we didn't use them, we would donate it to food banks or charities or anything like that. So if it was anything that I didn't like or didn't use, I'll just put it in the food bank trolley on the way out, you know. But I'd love to do that. It just doesn't happen here anymore.
I need to go and have a coffee. I don't want to do it.
I don't know if there are any more questions in there.
My allergies have been terrible.
Oh yeah, so Joanne here is saying, I had an email yesterday saying that Pretty Little Thing were closing my account for far too many returns. Yeah, that was actually on the news. It's crazy, isn't it?
Well, that is crazy.
You know, don't get me started, but I think that, you know, there's a whole culture in itself that shouldn't exist. But still, you know, if you're not actually telling people that they should be returning as many things straight up,
it needs to be in their terms of service, because that's a PR disaster. And if they're making up after the fact a new rule, then that's
definitely
ridiculous. Did you read that one out?
Yes.
Yep. Couponing like in the US would be amazing. Yeah, I think I'd have to have a go. That would make some great video content if you could do the sort of stuff I've seen going on. There's some weird things that go on as well. People go out, and because something's on some extreme offer, they'll buy 50 of them. And then you look at their home and it's just, they've not got one washing up liquid, they've got 50. And you're like, well, where does that turn into hoarding?
To be fair, I would do that. If I see something on offer that was like £6 and it was on offer for like £1, I mean, I wouldn't grab them all, but I mean, I'm a member of a few Facebook groups, and it's like when you go out yellow sticker shopping, and it's like Morrison's, Asda, or Tesco, and it's at the end of the evening, and someone will put everything in their trolley, and it's like they'll share it on Facebook, and they're going mad. Did you leave anything for anybody else? And I just think, you know, if you snooze, you lose. It's, you know, it's.
Sellotape comes to mind.
I had that exact response when I cleared Tesco shelves of sellotape that nobody else was wanting or buying.
It was reduced for a reason, right?
Yeah, they were almost giving it away, and I bought the lot, and people were like, that's outrageous. Why didn't you leave some for someone else? It's sellotape. It's not like I'm depriving somebody of their lunch.
Oh, yeah, the greediest blah 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 that ever lived.
The language, some people, they got so deeply offended by me making money on sellotape. Yeah.
That was a good video for you as well, wasn't it? It was quite a good video.
The first video we had that went properly viral. Yeah, it did, I don't know, 500,000 or something, which for us is viral. It's nothing compared to some channels, but yeah, that was a big one for us.
I just highlighted that Joanne said about Pretty Little Thing. I think that's what other people were saying as well. It would help if they didn't lie about model sizing, etc. I think they were talking about inconsistencies in sizing as well.
Right. Well, it's not your fault then, isn't it? They're going to get stuff back if people can't rely on the sizing.
Cheryl says, I heard a lot of online retailers are starting to charge now for returns, and I think that's a good thing.
I think it needs to swing back that way.
Yeah, because it's become too much of a culture, a wasteful culture, that people are just buying more than they need, way more, and then with the knowledge that you can just send back whatever you don't want to keep.
The thing is,
and the problem is that the stuff that's going back, and we did watch a documentary on Misguided, the stuff that goes back, it's scrapped. It just goes to landfill. It's not, you know, they don't put it back out on sale again because it's been soiled. That's
the part of the problem that's the issue. If the stuff was going back and then being sorted out and put it back on sale somehow, fine, but they don't do that, and it goes into landfill in some cases. Excuse me.
One person complained about Pretty Little Things, saying they always ordered 3 sizes and returned 2 once you found one that fitted.
That's what a lot of people do, regardless, I think.
Quite reasonable, isn't it? Because if you just don't know what size, you can't try them on, then.
Yeah.
It's the same with like you got Temu and stuff like that now, haven't you? Which is like, I mean, I do love a good Temu haul, but a lot of it is just rubbish, you know.
Yeah, it is.
And we like I ordered something, and I think it was the chopper that everyone's brought, the vegetable chopper, and it came cracked at the bottom, and it's still usable, but I let them know that, hey, this has come cracked, and they just refunded it straight away. They didn't ask me to send it back or anything. So if they're doing that to everybody who's saying that there's something wrong, You know, what does that tell you?
Yeah. Did you want to read that one?
Yeah, Cheryl says, charging for returns will actually bring customers back to the high street and try stuff on, which I think is a good thing. I think there's benefits in, buying online, of course, but that's always existed with catalogs, etc. But it's just it's really exacerbated the problem of fast fashion with the way that it's being done currently.
Yeah. We're not going to get you off your soapbox now, are we?
No,
This
sorry,
this is
I'm very passionate about it.
See, obviously, I'm like I'm a plus size girl, so I can't get clothes generally to fit me. Like Asda and Tesco will do my size, but we had a Yours clothing in our city centre, and it didn't last very long, but it was great because I was able to go in, try something on, and then I'd come home and order it with a discount code because I was never going to pay full price in the shop, but I was able to go in and try it on, knew exactly what fit, get the product code, go to their website, get a 10% off voucher, and then have it delivered. But it's gone. It's already gone. So I can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
So you were saying earlier, you've been doing the savvy mum thing for a decade.
Yes.
That's crazy. So what have you learned about online and about sharing in that time, and would you do it all again?
Do you know what? See, I've always wanted to do YouTube, and it's so nerve-wracking. And
well, you're here now.
I know, but you should have seen how nervous I was before I came on. I tell you, if I had that wine. But yeah, I think that will be my next venture. I think maybe YouTube, because I feel that blogs, they're great, but not many people sort of head to them anymore. A lot of people want advice, they go straight to YouTube now, don't they, really? So I think that's my next stage, is just sharing information through YouTube. But yeah, I do it all again, and I still enjoy what I do. I still have a lot of people joining the Facebook group, and we're a friendly group, and we all talk to each other, and there's no judgment. Absolutely make sure that there's no judgment in there. If anyone's got a problem, they can post anonymously, and we'll always help. I always do what I can.
It's not an easy thing to keep a large Facebook group friendly. We've been there. We had our own, what did we call it? I can't remember. Was it the Tap Chat or something like that? And that blew up, and it got really big, and it just became a horrible space.
Yeah.
And we got extra mods in, and then that became difficult because we were having to moderate the mods, and then it was. So I don't envy you with that. So well done for keeping that as a pleasant space.
Yeah. I've had my mods. My mods have been with me since day one, so they've been with me for 10 years, and there's only 5 of us, and we keep on top of it, and it's a nice place to be. Yeah, it's good.
I think you should give YouTube a go. Don't go in with great expectations, and don't think about it too much, because you'll talk about it.
I've got a couple of videos. I started doing some vlogging, and I've got a couple of videos, but it's the sound of your own voice and all that jazz. It's I don't like it.
That comes with time.
Yeah,
I do watch back some of my old stuff and cringe, but then you realise that other people see you differently as well.
Yeah. I was talking to Lainey about that last night. I was on chat with Lainey after Lindsay and Alvin went live, and we were saying you're your own worst enemy in terms of scrutinising yourself. You'll see things that other people don't see, so it's just keeping that up here. And
100%.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were having a conversation with Ellen the other night, and talking about starting YouTube and how actually it helped us with our sort of self-confidence. I mean, we're not the most self-confident people anyway, or I'm certainly not anyway. But in some ways it helps you to accept yourself a little bit, because you have to watch yourself when you're editing. And you see your flaws, and somehow you learn a little bit more to accept them.
yeah.
I'm less edity these days. I used to chop, or cut out all of the stupid things I'd say and whatever, and then realise that actually the stupid things you say just make you who you are.
Yeah, well, I used to say to you, you've edited out all of your personality there.
Yeah.
Realise that. Because you are a bit ditzy and a bit silly, but that's who you are. It's great. Right?
Tell how it is, just tell her how it is.
Nothing like honesty.
Yeah, I definitely think I'll give it a go.
Yeah,
Definitely.
and I think somebody else mentioned TikTok before.
Yeah, I'm on there as well.
There's about a hint or a tip and a couple of links, and away you go. People would love that.
That just is so TikTok is so time consuming because, you know, you'll flick up quite easily, but for them 30-second videos, it takes you about 2 hours to do a 30-second video. But I mean, it's good, it's worth it, but it is quite time consuming.
Yeah. I just
go on, sorry.
Moving away from that just for a second. Helen, talking about what we were talking about before, said not being able to return as much when buying online will not be good for people who can't physically get to shops. And I think the problem is not being able to return so much. It's the free returns business. Yeah. It's that culture of just buying a lot, sending the majority of it back and only keeping a couple of things, and knowing that you can do that all the time. Because back in the day, when it was the catalogues, when that was the only way that you could shop if you weren't actually physically going to a shop. And my mum and my nan did that all the time, but they would pay to send back what they didn't want, and they knew that, and that was straight up. They knew that if they wanted to send something back, then they had to pay for it, and they paid for the postage. And
well, everything always comes down to economics at the end, and I think companies have been for the last few years looking at that and adjusting things.
Yeah.
But whilst X amount of them are still offering free returns regardless, no questions asked, the others kind of still have to compete. So it's going to take.
And nobody's going to like going back to having paid returns because they've had it free. So
exactly,
we've had it. Why are you now charging?
Yeah, exactly. And Lainey again, now coming back to the YouTube thing, says people who like you or love you just see you. They don't see any of the flaws that you think you have. Who you are is what it's all about, and we are all amazing. Yes. And if you've seen Lainey's latest video, then you know that she is absolutely amazing.
Oh, not the singing one.
Love Lainey.
Cheryl was saying, here we go. If I edited anything I do, I'd have no social media. Be yourself. You'd end up editing it all out. Yeah, and it's not easy to do, Cheryl. We've all been to those places, when we're sharing, when you get certain reactions, shall we say, certain comments, and it can floor you. I have a very thick skin these days, but we all have trigger points. That side of it can be tough.
That's always been what's put me off, is just certain. I mean, the older you get, the less you give it, but like you say, you're only human, and there's only so much that you can take before you start taking a look at yourself. But like you say, we're always going to have them. You can be the nicest person in the world, you can be the best person in the world, you'll still never please anybody.
Absolutely.
It's so true. Yeah, I used to be a people pleaser. It's a express train to misery, that one, trying to keep everyone happy. It doesn't work.
It's so stressful. It takes a toll on yourself as well. Trying to please other people is making you unhappy because you're not being yourself. So
and also people take advantage of it then. That you're always that way. They take advantage of you.
So we mentioned your Savvy Mum. You have a Facebook group. Is that just free to join to anybody?
Yeah. Anyone's welcome. Yeah.
Fantastic. I've linked that one below, and then there's a website which has what can people find on your website?
So I'm going to update it a bit more because I've kind of abandoned it a little bit. But yeah, everything that I spoke about will be on there. So I've got a save money section, a make money section, and then general bloggy family stuff. A few reviews are on there, recommendations and stuff like that. So I'm going to be updating it over the next couple of weeks, and just it's quite a good place to get some information.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So
one thing that we haven't mentioned that I have done a fair bit of, and I might make a video soon depending on what happens, is affiliates. Have you ever got into affiliate marketing or tried it?
Yeah, I'm a Amazon affiliate, and I'm with a few others as well. But yeah, I've got a few affiliates on there.
Yeah, we've done quite well about quite well on that through YouTube, obviously, and recommending stuff and having a list of stuff we use.
Yeah, it's so easy to do as well. It's if you've got a good following or a good audience, it's good. And if it's something you're recommending that you use yourself, like I know you've got your list on there and that's all the stuff you use, it's great just to get a little kickback. And it isn't millions, but it's
it's like a little drip feed. But if you have enough of those little drip feeds, it really works. And we have a few little things in place. Although the Amazon one, we've got a problem going on with that, which I can't talk about. We have an ongoing issue with Amazon. I'll just say that for now, but we might be able to update you soon if we can get a conclusion.
We're hoping for a good conclusion. It was looking.
We've been battling Amazon about something for quite a while, so I can't talk about it. Yeah, to do with affiliates as well.
Oh god, I had one. I worked with one guy. This was when I first started doing my money saving. I worked with one guy. He turned out to be a bit of a scammer in the end, but he gave me this promotion. He said, right, I want you to promote these lottery tickets, and it's £1 for, I don't know, like 20 lottery tickets or something, and you'll get paid £6 for every person that signs up. I thought, that's great, that's really good. And it turns out that a lot of people signed up, and I'll always check everything first. I will never ever put anything out there that I haven't checked, or I'll never put anyone in a position that's going to put them in jeopardy. So I'll sign up to everything myself first. It was all through Lotto and stuff, and my earnings come up to £2,000 in a day. Wow. And I was like, this is crazy, this is madness. Anyway, I said, right, I've got you all these sales, and he went, okay, I'll pay you next week, and he didn't pay me for 2 years.
Oh,
yes. I did get it eventually, but
okay,
yeah, it took me 2 years, so I had a big lesson learned there. So I've stayed away from that sort of stuff, but my loyalty is with my followers really now. So it's more about making sure that they're all right.
Definitely. I highlighted what Richard said there. Going back to the returns thing and the clothing. Returns aren't free. Everyone pays for it with increased prices. The companies won't be losing overall. Exactly. Yeah, that money's got to come from somewhere, because they're paying for the return. And for all those clothes that end up going wherever they go, somebody's paying for it.
Yeah. Do you watch Laura Joanna Jarvis on YouTube? She's a really good one to watch, actually. She does videos on thrifty living and money saving tips and stuff.
Write that one down.
Yeah.
Do you know what I was wondering as well? Do we ever notice when things go down? Like, we notice when prices go up, but do they ever really go down? I know, like, I've had a letter from British Gas to say that my gas and electric's going down, but in terms of like groceries, do we ever notice when they go down? Like, we're in a cost of living crisis, aren't we? Will it ever be over? Will it just carry on going up now?
Well, I don't think the companies are keen to reset the price back to where it was. They don't. See what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We hear of it being a temporary thing that we're in, and we'll be out of it soon, but we'll never. I don't think we'll ever get them prices back, will we?
It certainly feels that way.
We
live in a tiny village, so we have a little village store, which isn't the cheapest. It's not bad on some things, but yeah, we pay through the nose. But we notice it now when we go to Morrison's or Sainsbury's or wherever. We're not fussy. We go to whatever supermarket's nearest, right? But do notice it. Is that Krillin in?
Yes.
Nick, ever go back to scrapping? Prices are up. It's not something I actively do. I have a couple of tubs in the shed of scrap, which I will scrap in at some point when it's worth the trip. But it's not something I do in a major way.
Prices are up here at the minute. They are up in the UK as well at the minute.
Yeah, copper is amazing at the moment. Copper and brass prices are crazy. And I have a fair bit in a tub. But last time we went, we got what, £100 was it? For some old batteries and a tub full of copper and some bits of aluminium. It was all free.
The other day, we've only got a Focus, so it's not like we've got a van and stuff. But we took a few bits in, and we got £160, and that's £160 that we found on the streets.
Exactly. Oh, it was funny because I made a video the first time. Well, it wasn't the first time I've been there, but I went down and made a video, and then we happened to go back before we moved, and the guy said, He putting this on YouTube, and I went, "Oh, have you seen the video?" Oh, and that video did really well. We made more out of the video than we did the scrap.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. But yeah, I didn't know what to say to the chaps there. Right.
There you go, another good YouTube idea.
Yeah. Well, Alvin's just started one, hasn't he? Lindsay and Alvin. Alvin's just started a scrap channel called Scrap Assassin.
Oh, right. I'll check that out. I love it.
He is hot on it, and he's good. He's good at what he does.
I have to say, I really teased Nick with his love for scrapping videos, but then I started watching Mike the Scavenger with him, and I actually thought, well, I kind of get it now. It's quite entertaining.
Because he is. We're going back to what we talked about before with YouTube and leaving your personality in. He is. It's all personality.
Yeah,
the scrapping is kind of a byproduct of him being a brilliant entertainer. Yeah, it's awesome.
We love a bit of magnet fishing too.
Magnet fishing. Oh, I have the stuff. I've never been.
Yeah. It's great.
I've talked about that so much.
I know. Well, Tom's going off to Vegas. When he comes back, we're going to get together. Maybe we'll go magnet fishing. Yeah,
it is a big effort because you've got to get your gloves. You're not just going out for a walk. You've got to get kitted up, and then it is really messy work because you're pulling stuff out the canal or wherever, and you just get soaked. But we pulled a brand new bike out last time we went. It mustn't have been in there long at all. And we just left it on the side, and then some guy walked past, and my partner just went, "Do you want a bike?" He rode off on this bike that we just pulled out the canal.
Wow.
If it hadn't been in long, that would have rusted up quick.
No, it literally. I've got a video. We had a scrap. We started a scrap channel. We've got one video.
Right.
But yeah, we've done a video of it. We pulled it out, rode it. It was perfect. It must have been a good £200 bike.
Wow. Right, let's read. Thank you. By the way, Quillen, good to see you, and thank you for the super chat. We really appreciate it. Hope you're well.
Yeah, I think Caroline and Phil do mudlarking, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that.
You know, the Thames, the woman that there's a woman at the Thames that does mudlarking on the edge of the Thames.
Yeah, she's great. Yeah. Tomorrow's saying prices never go down. Ever, never have. There we go.
I think definitely energy prices went down a bit this year because we definitely spent less on our energy than we did because the year before.
Well, we're oil-fired heating, so we fill up a massive tank, and it's a huge bill. So we see that keenly, the amount of difference that it takes to fill up the tank. And
it was about half the price.
It did reset to pre-massive hikes prices almost, didn't it? So yes, prices do come down on some things.
Yeah, but not. I've not noticed it on food, I have to say.
No. What have we got here? Stop buying the big brands. They're the ones that keep putting the prices up the most. Okay.
The other thing is we've got only one pub in this village, and because of that, she can charge whatever she wants. It's a very expensive night out when we go.
Well, we went to we're in a quiz team, and we won second month in a row. And just two of us on our tab, 60 quid. And that was for a very small plate of food and some wine and a couple of beers for me. Yeah, madness.
Crazy.
But we love you, Mandy, if you're listening. Right, let me get down to the bottom here. What's Quillen saying there? Did you see the story about the magnet fishing guy in New York who found 100 grand?
Wow.
No, never heard that one.
There's a one pub village, kind of like a one horse town, maybe.
Yeah, it's kind of the modern equivalent of that. In the past, Rob, villages would have 2, 3, 4. This village had 7 pubs at one point. Now has 1.
Yeah, this one was, our house was a pub.
This was a pub
at one point.
Not anymore. Yeah.
Still the same amount of alcohol in it, though, probably.
Probably.
No, it doesn't stick around long enough. There's usually 0 alcohol in this house because it's all gone. Oh dear. Believe it or not, we're approaching an hour. Were there any other topics that you wanted to cover while we had you on?
No, I mean, if anyone wants to join the group, I will summarize in the group and on my blog anyway. But no, I think we are
excellent.
Good.
Well, I did put your links below. So if you're interested in saving money, making money, you can do worse than go over and join the Facebook group, right? And take a look at the blog. It's all below.
Thank you.
Good stuff. So what we normally do, is it too early to start getting some words of wisdom?
No, I don't think so.
You've probably seen this, but we like to end on a positive, provided by the chat. So if you have any words of wisdom, if you can theme it on saving or making money, if you like, you don't have to. And Donna, you can pick your favourite.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
You like this part.
Yeah. And hopefully we'll see you at another meetup at some point.
Yeah, definitely. It's the time it comes up, I do want to go. Something always crops up, but yeah, I'll be ready with my crayons.
Yeah, that was one of the best meetups, that one. It was
Oh,
a lot of fun
battery's
happened.
about to run out. I'll go and get a...
Yeah, you can get the charger. We don't want to lose everybody. Let me have a look. I've still got 10%. Don't panic. Let's see. Oh, Ali's in. Hi, Ali. The single biggest thing you can do to improve your finances is to live to a budget. Know your numbers, peeps.
Definitely.
Yeah. I can almost remember a kind of point in time when I was late teens, when I figured out I have to take control of money. Money is not going to control me.
No.
Just set things in place then, and certain rules that I lived by, and it changed my life. Absolutely changed my life. And I've been in control of money ever since I made the mental effort to just take back control.
I do think it's something that should be taught in schools as well, like money management, or it's just not there in schools at all. Yeah.
Well, Andrea would tell you, when we got together, you were in a bad place financially, and you had to learn how to control money. Simple as that.
Yeah, I did, and you helped me with that.
Yeah. And it's not an easy thing to do if you've been used to paying the minimum back on your credit cards and whatever it is. Changing those habits, changing that way of life is not easy, but it changes your life.
Yeah.
It set us up, didn't it, for our future, making those decisions back then.
Yeah.
I can see Ali's comment.
And
you still got your crayons?
Oh God.
That's about 5 years ago.
I think the single best decision that we made was to overpay on our mortgage.
To overpay the mortgage, and then when we were doing really well in retail, we put all of the excess profits into the mortgage on top of that once a year. And it set up our future.
We were quite poor for a while.
we paid it all forwards when we were doing well.
Is going through a struggle. I mean, if you know you're going to get a better outcome at the end of it, it's going through that struggle at the time, because it's so easy to say, look, I'd rather live for today than have to put money away for a future. I might not be here tomorrow, but you can't think like that. You've got to do what's right for your future,
because your future self will thank you.
Yeah.
Definitely. What did we have here? Bargain Bucket. Hi, Bargain Bucket UK. Words of wisdom: one man's junk is another man's gold. Absolutely. Yeah, I can't get enough of dumpster diving videos and mudlarking, like something for nothing. It's like, yeah. I'm going to definitely have a go at dumpster diving at some point, as in recording it. We have done a little bit in the past. But...
Oh, Lainey's got a words of wisdom.
Oh, okay.
Life shrinks or expands in proportion to one's courage.
Oh, that's deep, Lainey. Where did you nick that one from?
It's very true, though.
Oh, what have we got here? Did you just...
Yeah, I just highlighted that one.
Price is what you pay, value is what you get.
Yeah, and sometimes when something is a very low price, like Temu, it's not you get what you pay for, kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely. With things like when we're doing DIY, I won't buy the cheapest, whatever it is, paintbrush, whatever. Go somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, definitely.
People will break within 5 minutes. What have we got here? Cinema Music 55. If your outgoings are greater than your income, your upkeep will be your downfall. Yeah. In fact,
Lainey says it came from her brain, otherwise known as Google.
Keeping an eye on your outgoings is a big one. Something everybody could instantly do. You said about looking at your subscriptions or things that are going out of your bank account, or things maybe you set up years ago and are not using. Your outgoings, if you can reduce your outgoings, your income goes further. It's as simple as that. And that's something we've not been as hot on recently, but we keep an eye on that to say.
Yeah, but I don't think we've got a lot of things that we don't use, or that, you know, you say I don't think we're that as hot on that, but I think actually I am.
Okay.
I think I'm quite on the ball with that, to be honest.
Here's another quick story for you. I had someone knock my door at 11 o'clock the other night, and he said, this is such and such address. I said, yeah. He went, I've booked to park on your drive for 2 days. I went, have you got the right address? He went, yeah, it's such and such address. I went, no. I said, this isn't the right one. I said, I wonder if somebody's using my address. He said, well, if you don't hear from me, I've got it wrong. If you hear from me, then it's definitely your address. So the next morning he came round, he put a note through my door saying, yep, it's definitely your address. I've booked a parking space. So I was puzzled, and he gave me the website, and it was something like Park on My Drive, or no, it was just Park, because you can rent out a parking space, can't you?
We use them.
Well, it turns out that I totally forgot that I set this account up like 6 years ago. Right? People have been parking on my drive, and I've earned £49. I didn't even know.
You didn't even notice them there?
How did you not notice?
Now that's some passive income right there, right?
Oh, God. And I had to refund this guy because I'd already said to him, no, you've got the wrong address. But yeah, somebody parked on my drive last year. I mean, I haven't got many bookings, but somebody parked on my drive last year for an hour. I didn't know that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a great little app. We've used it in Brighton. You can't park in Brighton anyway. It's ridiculous.
We've not parked on anyone's drive. We've only used other parking.
Yeah,
spaces,
one was like a Mecca bingo. You could take a space in their car park using just park or whatever it's called. Yeah. Anyway, wow. Have we read that one? Yeah, we did. What have you got here? You don't get rich by spending it. It's a good point. Well put.
Yeah.
Is that a word of wisdom there? It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. Ooh, that comes into being happy with what you got, kind of thing, isn't it? Yeah. Really interesting. Don't have children, they're too expensive, and the return is awful.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm saying nothing.
The return's fantastic, to be honest with you.
Wow.
I'm quite happy with my investment.
With your investment. Got a question about media. I've covered that so many times in videos. There's very little money in media. If you're not making money on it, don't do it. You know, don't try and make money on media just because I do it. If it's not working for you, it's not working. Okay. Oh, there's another one. Do you want to read that one out? I need some quick drink.
Yeah. Jay says, people should remember karma is like a rubber band. It only stretches so far before it comes back and smacks you in the face. Wow. Yeah. Oh, yes, this one I like. Buy cheap, buy twice.
That's what I was saying about tools. Yeah. Buy a cheap hammer, you'll buy two.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Salamander said exactly the same thing then. Gain control of your money, or the lack of it will forever control you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. What else we got? Pay up for quality and cry only once. Yeah. Oh, I'm at the end there. Yeah. Treasure Trove UK says, first it was gold, then oil, then data. Now the most precious commodity is your time. Spend it cautiously and enjoy spending it.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got a jewel from that one. That's deep.
I think that's a winner on that one.
Yeah.
Are we going to stick with that one?
Yes, definitely.
That sums a lot of things up.
It really does.
Especially the older you get, the more you realise that time is literally the only thing you have in the end. Being with loved ones and making memories, really, because you can't take anything with you, can you? So
it's so true. I mean, I hit a milestone, didn't I, last year at 50, and you realise I've got to be at very best halfway through, right? Yeah. And it does change your perspective.
Yeah.
And seeing my parents get really old, it's frightening. it.
Yeah.
Yes. Enjoy your time. What?
Lainey's back.
Lainey's back. Oh my gosh. Excellent. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Donna, for coming on and spending your time with us.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate that.
No, it was good. And like I said, I've put Donna's links below this video, so please go over and have a look. And maybe we'll do this again sometime. And if you do get on YouTube, let us know, and we can share your content and give you a boost.
I will make it my mission.
Good stuff. So thank you, everybody in the chat. Thanks for all your words of wisdom. They were great. We do have a guest lined up for next week, don't we?
We do. They are in the chat tonight.
Oh, they are in the chat. So that gives you a clue.
Are we giving it away?
I don't know. It's up to you.
It is. That's Flipping Retro. So I did mention, head over and have a look at their YouTube channel because it's fairly new. But yeah, we really enjoy it.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. And don't be too nervous. As Donna will attest, it's fine, isn't it, really?
Drink wine.
Just drink wine. Just drink wine. We'll end on that word of wisdom, shall we? Right.
There they are.
There they are.
Hang on.
There they are. There they are. Looking forward to it. Yes, good.
You'll be fine. It's great.
So we'll be back next Sunday at 8 with exciting guests. See, I'm bigging it up now. Do you have a video coming out on your channel that people can go and see, or is there a new one?
There is a new one that went up last week. There will be another one this week of some description.
Right. So go over and check out Andrea's video.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you so much, Donna. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And we'll leave everybody there. Ta-ra.
Yeah. Take care, everyone.
Bye.